Another episode of the Love and Reality Podcast. I am your host, Ricky Valera. On today's episode, I'm going to be breaking down episodes 1, 2, and 3 of the new Netflix series Temptation Island, but it is on season 6. I have watched every season of Temptation Island, and I couldn't be more excited to see it come to Netflix. One thing I don't love is the fact that they dropped all 10 episodes at one time, only because I like the weekly element of this show and being able to break down and dissect and really sink my teeth into the show. That being said, I'm going to be breaking down each week. I'm going to break down the first 3 episodes, the next 3 episodes, the next 3 episodes until we reach that explosive finale that always unfolds. Now, for those of you that might not be aware of what Temptation Island is, 4 couples are about to take a vacation from monogamy. While they don't need a passport to visit this land of the single dome, they had to bring a hall pass because things are about to get steamier than the island's tropical climate. Host Mark L. Walberg, the dating series follows a group of couples at a crossroads, be it over financial, emotional security, past infidelity, or even sexual compatibility. As they separate in tropical paradise, after temporary splitting up, the newly minted singles will move into a villa filled with potential matches who have zero hangups about creating relationship chaos. Through the emotional challenges and next level seduction, each partner will decide if their bond is meant to last or if it's time to walk away forever. Now, that being said, we're going to talk about the couples and then we're going to dive into the first 3 episodes. So, our first couple is Shantae and Brian. Shantae, 29, Brian, 26. They're a year of dating, Shantae and Brian. Both dream of starting a family together, but there's one person holding them back. Outgoing and sexually adventurous, Brian. Is it Brian? Brian? Brian. Braun became involved with someone else early in their partnership. Since then, Shantae has struggled to feel confident and believe Brian can resist the urge or resist the lure of other women, especially since he has quite a fixation on bringing other people into their bedroom. Whew, that should be interesting. Ashley and Grant, 28, both 28. Ashley and Grant have been on again, off again for over a year and a half. If you're on again, off again after a year and a half, like what are we doing here? They're cycling through breaking and making up stems from Grant's infidelity early in the relationship, giving Ashley major trust issues. On Temptation Island, it's Ashley's turn to put her needs first and find out if she can get back in touch with her carefree self with a little help from new friends and, of course, outside suitors. But only time will tell if she actually entertained the other options. I'm not easily tempted. When I'm committed, I'm all in. Alexa and Lino, both 28 here too. 3 years in, Alexa and Lino wants to be 100% confident in their connection before settling down for good. Having never been in a really serious relationship, Lino is looking to make sure that there's no other fish in the sea, or more specifically on the island, who could capture his heart. As for Alexa, she hopes this discovers her independence in the experiment. When you're deeply in love, it's easy to become codependent, and I believe this experience will help me assess whether I truly need Lino in my life, or if it's simply that I deeply want him to be in my life forever. Taylor and Tyler, what a combo here, 30 and 27. Taylor and Tyler jumped right into a relationship immediately after he ended his 6-year marriage. Diving into a new romance so quickly means Tyler has never dated around, making him the perfect candidate for Temptation Island. But having fun isn't his only objective. I want to work on understanding myself better, what I need in a relationship, what I have to offer, and whether I'm truly in a place to commit. Tyler says that's definitely something he needs to figure out, since Taylor has been searching for the security that comes from the true commitment. I want my partner to use this experience as a way to find himself, and from the place of self-discovery, confidently choosing me as a partner. That's definitely 4 interesting combos there that all sound like they're ready to mix and mingle on this show. And I am not confident right now in any of these couples, just based off of these synopses, right? So, as we do each and every time I do my recaps here, if it's your first time here, thank you so much. Second time here, third time, I do greatly appreciate it. I'm going to break it down episode by episode. That's the best way to do it here. All right. So, when we start to meet the couples as they roll out onto the island, They quote unquote say, "This is our Hail Mary." Interesting to go on Temptation Island being your Hail Mary, right? I love that they brought Mark L. Wahlberg back as the host. Mark L. Wahlberg is by far the best dating host in the entire land. I mean, this guy really genuinely cares about these people and these relationships. And because of that, it adds an interesting element to all of what unfolds. But men and women move into separate villas, date 12 singles who are ready to mingle. We meet the couples again. We've already kind of went back and forth. Interesting tidbit about Grant, though. He does have a daughter. That was definitely interesting. First time I think we've ever had anybody on the show with a kid on it. Um, let's see here. All right, here comes the singles, the ladies first, and the men are folding and haven't even been in the house yet, ladies and gentlemen. These guys ready to already risk it all. Like the show just started and they were ready to risk it all. Um, the cast, now this is the interesting tidbit here where we get the drama started like right off the rip. So each of the singles have bracelets they can give to the significant others. Mia comes out right out the gate, says, "Fellas and future ex girlfriends, hilarious." Alexis, she comes out and says, or Alex's guilty pleasure is sucking dick, apparently. That was an interesting transparency here. Host Mark Wahlberg literally laughing in the background. Shantae is already struggling. Ashley got a billion bracelets. Couples get one last shot to talk to one another. And then, of course, next up is the first dates. So, first dates are picked not in private, but in front of their other significant others. So, this is definitely interesting. The guys strolling first. Alexa picks Quentin. Taylor picks Chris. Shantae picks Hashan. Ashley picked Logan. And now for the guys. Lino picked Natalie. Tyler picked Courtney. B picked Amish. And Grant picked Olivia. One thing I did notice, like a lot of the girls are like in their early 20s, while all the guys on the guys like single side are kind of um, um, are like older. It's definitely interesting. Um, and then of course, they're excited about their date. So here we go. It's funny to me how one minute the girls are going nuts saying, "Oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to make it." And then the next minute they're kind of like smitten over the new guys that they have. The guys are underwater in the dark in the ocean seeing stingrays, which I thought was really, really neat. I thought it was such a cool experiment while the girls are on the island kind of doing some dance things. We're back at the villas. How I talked about sometimes I try to break down the villas by the girls' villa. Everything that happens at the girls' villa, everything happens at the guys' villa. The ladies are in lingerie and the guys are in shambles. We're strawberries from one mouth to another, shot licking off of pop people's body. Tyler has his hands on Courtney. Um, like they're in a relationship is what I wrote down. Like it was kind of weird. Like he was like maneuvering the body, like kind of like holding hands, and that dynamic was definitely interesting. And then folks are starting to take shots off one another. Courtney's ready to flirt and mix and mingle with whoever's ready. I like her. B is in shambles as someone licked chocolate syrup off of him. My God, Maya had him on the ropes, ladies and gentlemen. Grant said being here maybe made him realize maybe Ashley ain't it. Like we're 5 minutes in here, bro. When we come to the bonfires, that's some of those things that you're gonna hear about. You know what I mean? The Girlsville is much more tame with everybody chatting about life. Taylor and Case are mucking it up. Um, Tyler hasn't had a good job in 10 months. She wants to rip his ass apart. Like she just straight just if it's that easy to babble about the negativities of your significant other, then maybe, just maybe, this is not the guy for you. I'm going to throw that out there. That maybe, just maybe, this isn't the guy for you. I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If it's that easy to throw somebody under the bus. It's continued the following morning. Ash is a sad panda. She tells Alexa she's been trying to hold on to Grant and she isn't sure why she is. Golly, we're catching bombs out here, boys and girls. She said he overpromises and underdelivers all the time. Like, if you understand this, it's time to say goodbye. Like, bye 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 bye. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. He says he wants to feel like a first choice, but she feels like she always is given that first choice. Tyler is smitten by Kay and wants some more alone time. B said he loves Shantae, but loves a threesome. Okay. Interesting. Shantae and Taylor are chatting. Shantae says her goal is to move in with one another, her and B. If he messes up in this experiment, she is done. Tyler and Kay get ice cream, like go off the island, which was definitely different. I definitely like the vibe here. Again, first time watching, it's not something that they ever really did. They never really went off the island the way they did. They had a little date with ice cream. The back and forth banter was very, very cute. I really liked it. I liked it. They had a great time together. You can vibe. You can see the vibe here between these two, which I thought was really strong. I did. It is kind of weird hearing them talk about, oh, he's such a good guy. Like, you've known the guy for like day two. You know what I mean? It's like day two here. Girls Villa, the guys are throwing a pool party for them. Lino said he only brought two girls around his daughter and questions Ashley if she'd be willing, if she is able to have those mothering, to be a nurturing mother, which is definitely like, that's a pause, bro. Like, saying something that harsh about somebody is pretty brutal. Like, that's tough. The guys Villa, Natalie is struggling to keep um okay, I'm sorry. Kay steps up and claims her man Tyler. Oh, and then she grinds on that man and he drools. Tyler said it was harmless. I mean, bruh. He said it was harmless, and then moments later gives her a room tour. Now, they didn't do anything in the room, but still. Courtney and B are mocking it up, but he said he loves Shantae. She wants him to know she is into him and wants him to make a move. If he wants to make a move, make a move. All right. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the bonfire. Bonfire is, if you haven't watched, if you are watching the bonfire, you're sitting around the bonfire and you get to watch a clip of your significant other doing something that they probably shouldn't be doing on the other island. It's going to make you mad. And I will say this, the guys kind of had it easy in some elements. But Grant's up first. It's a conversation Ashley had with Alexa about whole over promising, under delivering. He said he's heard this before, but hearing it, I don't want it. I don't want that guy. She's and just saying she's embarrassing. She's like embarrassing him. Mark calls his ass out, and says, "Take some ownership here, man. Take some ownership for what you're doing." B, and it was her dancing with homie. They partied a little hard. That was really nothing. That was nothing. He said that plays they're having fun, but he glad he didn't touch her ass. He said it doesn't feel like she has her own personality. Again, me, 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 me. When is it about you, bro? Alexa chat back with Ashley saying she can't do this on her own and saying she didn't need him. Lino said this is news to him. He says you think you know someone until you don't. He said he said she has this mindset because I pushed her there. Like, again, me, 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 me. I did this. The reason she wants these things is because I did them to her. I made her do it. And I'm the one that's strong and all of these things. It's embarrassing out here in these streets, boys. Stop being so, I don't know. You wonder why these ladies are on the fence with you guys. It makes perfect sense here. Tyler's turn. It's Taylor about rambling about because he doesn't have a job and doesn't do the little things that she needs. Tyler said she used putting the seat down to not think that I'm thoughtful. He said if there's 99 things I do right, she'll find one thing against him. He said he just wants to walk away, but hopes the guys and Mark will show him what he is needed. Whatever. The guys outside of B are in shambles. Like the bonfire for the girls, like this wasn't even close to the same experience. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So, all right. Bonfire episode 3 for the ladies. Ashley's at FERT. Grant was said that he was beginning to consider it's not meant to be with her, calling him calling her the girl on the boat hot. She said she felt numb to it. She says, I don't know if he knows the line between flirting or she doesn't know if he knows the line between flirting She says she's trying to figure out why she has stayed in the relationship so long. Exactly. Alexa watches Lino as he's talking about how he harbors not being the first choice and it was a reality shock. She said she saw him talking about his issues they already have. She said, I'm not the same person I was when they made those choices. Apparently, she cheated on him 4 years ago. 4 years ago. I'm sorry. Okay. If you're in a relationship and you cheat on somebody 4 years ago and you accepted that person back in your life, you don't get to hold it over their head for the remainder of their lives. That's not how this works. Either you move past or you move on, period. That's how I feel about that. All right. Um, yeah, Mark came in clutch again with some good words for her. Shantae up next, him talking about her not being so sexual, followed by him taking shots off girls in the chocolate syrup incident while she was watching. The other girls were like, their jaws were on the floor. She said she's not surprised by the threesome comment. She said he was the one that wanted to come here and he could be just friends with girls, saying that he could be just friends with girls. Taylor Time, who was about to see him smitten with Kay. She sees the lap dance and him and her grinding all over him and him enjoying himself, followed by walking into his room and then it cut off. That was a dirty. That was a dirty edit, boys and girls. That was nasty. They fucking cut it right there as they were walking into the bedroom, and that was that. Now, it didn't show the whole, he just showed her around. Now, don't get me wrong, it was kind of messed up. He brought her in the room, but man, that was a dirty, dirty edit. Tomorrow, everyone is picking their second. Oh, so she said I wasn't expecting that. She said the first time they kissed, he told her she was trouble, like he told Kay. She said she's always been hurt by every person in her life. Tomorrow, everyone is picking their second dates. Everybody's kind of like all sad panda about life, love, and the pursuit of happiness here. Guys' villa is slightly somber. The guys are trying to decompress. Grant said he wants to get into the hot tub. Olivia and Natalie are both invested in him, but Olivia's worried about connecting and feeling for him as if he kind of has that same feeling for her. Lino talks about how Alexa says she didn't need him. Mia said, "Oh, you're a great guy. You're a great guy." He said, "I made you the best eligible bachelor for what? Bachelorette for what? What, bro? You made her the best bachelorette for what? Mm, You're supposed to make your significant other better. What are we talking about here?" Tyler and Kay are back in his room. He got in bed. She followed. Hey, Grant and Natalie are in the hot tub. Grant is feeling her. He's a little touchy-feely here, too. They're a little awfully close. He said, "You're tempting me." And she said, "It sounds like you are falling for the temptation on Temptation Island," which is pretty funny. These two get on the couch together. These two are really close to kissing. Grant is kind of battling in his head. What do I do? They don't kiss, though. Lino is smitten by Alex. The guys are going to have a paint relay race where everybody, whoever loses, have to take a lap naked, and the girls decided that, which is pretty funny. They seem to all break the rules. Tyler's Angels, quote unquote, won. Grant lost, and he did, in fact, run naked. The ladies get in his shower and wash it because they had to take the paint off of them. But instead of him doing the paint, like in like getting hosed down like everybody else, this guy decided they're gonna get in my shower. I'm gonna, rush it off of us. The girls villa, the ladies are sad pandas a little bit. Ashley is sad because she considering Grant didn't do much outside of the whole questioning if they were supposed to be together thing, which is why they are there anyway. Other girls saw the man bumping and grinding, syrup licking off their neck. Shantae said he's out. Out of line, you know what I mean, and hopes and she's basically about the verge of crossing the line and hope he doesn't really cross over further than we already kind of seen from this guy. Taylor said that she formed 3 connections that are strong. I'm like, well, damn, we just got here. Don't get mad if you form 3 connections. I'm just saying. Second dates. Ashley picked Danny. Which was funny because Eric wrote her a little cute letter. Shantae picked Gio. Alexa picked Max. Taylor picked Cody. B picked Courtney. He said, "You are my number one in the house." Tyler picked Kay for a second date. wrote her a little cute note, which is adorable. Lino picked Alex, and Grant picked, who did Grant pick? I didn't write Grant's pick down. Natalie. Grant picked Natalie. Alexa and Taylor, Max, and Cody all went on a double date. Taylor said Cody has red flags with being smooth talker and stuff. I see that as well. I love that she was able to establish that with Cody there. Alexa said if he doesn't see this, if he doesn't see she is picking him first, she is gone. I like Alexa, and I'm rooting for her. All right, B and Courtney, Tyler picked Kay. They went bowling. Tyler sucked, which was hilarious. They moved to the arcade games. He said he's been having a great time with her. B and Courtney start playing pool. He gets a little close to one another. Ashley and Shantae went with Danny and Gio. They went to like this four-wheeling thing. Ashley said it's time for her to focus on herself and show the fun side of herself. She enjoyed being able to be silly and goofy with Danny. All right, Lino, Alex, Grant, and Natalie. They did some of a yoga type thing, a little touchy-feely yoga. Grant said he's been trying to resist himself with Natalie. He said the way that Ashley talked at the bonfire made him realize maybe they aren't meant to be and wants to get to know her more. And this leads to Grant and Natalie making out. That is some spicy stuff. And I love it. You know what I mean? I'm here for the drama. And you know what? After 3 episodes, I'm going to be honest with you guys. And I want you guys to let me know in the comments below if you feel like I'm wrong. When we look at these couples, right? When you look at these couples on paper, it seemed like we found some really, really, really bad couples. Like we found some couples that are just not here to make it. Like, because I've watched the show. Couples have hated on the show and moved on and stuff like that. But here, Shantae and B, no, man. I don't think that she's gonna get. I think he's inching closer and closer to getting himself in a lot of trouble. I'm gonna sit here and say I don't know if he's gonna 100% cross this line, but he's getting there. You know what I mean? He's really, really, really inching closer and closer to that line. And to me, it's kind of, whoo wee, bro, you're getting close, man. All right. As for Ashley and Grant, I mean, guys, Grant making out with Natalie, do you think she's really going to be okay with that? That bonfire? Oh my God. It's going to be feisty. So, as far as Shantae and B, I don't see it happening. I don't see these two making it. Ashley and Grant, after that makeout session, definitely not happening. Lino and Alexa, I feel like she understands that she's better than him, but for some reason, these two, it feels like they're going to get back together regardless. I don't know what it is, but I don't buy that yet. Taylor and Tyler, I almost get the same vibe from these two. I really see, but I will say this. Tyler and Kay, man, that's the type of relationship on this show that lasts beyond this show. There was a couple last season on Temptation Island where dude broke up with his fiance, left her for the girl on the show. So it has happened that they left the show together, and they're still together. I'm pretty positive to this date. So it's worth looking out for. But that's it, guys. First 3 episodes recap for you. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the first 3 episodes of Temptation Island, Season 6, Episodes 1 through 3, right here on Netflix. All 10 episodes are available to stream now. And like I said, we're going to be breaking them down 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9. And then, of course, we're going to finish it off with the final episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Love and Reality Podcast. I will be back soon.